should probably stay out of trouble.
Welcome to a Hunt Down the Freeman video, the 4th year in a row. And with that, welcome to Hunt Down the Freeman, the definitive edition, because yes, it is being remastered. Kind of. There is visible improvement. Of course, not the type of improvement that you would expect from a definitive edition, but just like the definitive edition of GTA was a disappointment, this one is also not great. Yet, it may be coming to some point where you can say, well, this really is a redux. You guys clearly want me to keep up with it, so here we are. 4 years after the release of this shitshow, there are actual news. Last year I told you that there's actual development taking place behind the scenes, and today we can have a quick look at the things that changed. Just quickly, the drama angle of the shitshow here. Birkin, the guy who was responsible for Hunt Down the Freeman, of course went silent after the game launched. He later got a job at Activision, working on Call of Duty Mobile, and now, according to LinkedIn, he is working for PlayStation. Good luck with that. I must say, mobile games, well, there seems to be something that really fits his modus operandi. Usually I'm not really the drama guy, but what is kind of funny, he apparently lost control over the official Twitter account, the developer Discord, and the actual Steam page, as it has been taken over by, let's say, rogue developers. Volunteers and former staff that, of course, are not being paid for their work. That is why in new versions of Hunt Down the Freeman, you will find this graffiti. In case you own Hunt Down the Freeman, accessing the secret developer build is easy. The password is in the video description, go check it out. Even though the Steam page has been taken over, the people working on it don't get the money. That money still flows to Birkin, so I can't really recommend buying Hunt Down the Freeman, even if it gets better. Nonetheless, it is interesting to see what they have been up to. These guys have been busy, from redesigning levels to rewriting alternative scripts. Some of you may be wondering why I keep using the GTA Vice City theme in these videos. Well, the rewritten script actually revolves around you hunting down Mitchell. You see, Mitchell changed his name to Big Mitch Baker and is now the head of a biker gang, the Chromium Bikers, and you have to hunt him down in Combine-infested Vice City.
Where's Baker? I'm looking for Big Mitch Baker.
Of course that's complete bullshit, but yeah, you know, why not? A good example of their progress is the opening. Of course the cutscenes are still there, but the level itself changed a lot. Originally you would be chasing a fireman for a medipack. Then in an upgraded version that I showed you last year, a helicopter crashes through the ceiling, killing the fireman, and you suddenly turn into General Grievous. And nowadays, your stuff has been dropped off by the G-Man in a trash bag, and the entire hospital looks a lot less bright. You fight your way through a horde of zombies until you crash down an elevator shaft, this making your guns disappear. The adjacent slow-paced chase scene has been updated for an air duct, and the following fight in downtown Albuquerque has also been updated slightly. Gone are the Half-Life 1 era tents with the painted-on entrance, and also gone are the few trenches. For all the amazing things we lost, we did gain the amazing graffiti over here. And with all the things that have changed so much, it is of course good to know that some things are still the same. Like the Cinema 4D test texture elevator and the sometimes bare-bones level architecture. And of course the City 17 levels taken from Half-Life 2 are still a rather so-so copy. Overall, the game is still the same, largely. Some of the long, tedious levels have been shortened. Some are still really broken and are waiting for an update. Overall, the game crashes less often. The last playthrough I had a year ago, well, I had to restart several times. The stuff that is currently in development indeed looks somewhat promising, like the remade Black Mesa intro chapter. This looks pretty fine. Way better than the original. And some of my criticism that I had over the years has really been taken to heart. They all got pupils now. That's a step up. But now the entire crew is lazy-eyed. But I guess that's still a step upwards from blind people.
Dirtbag! You are an embarrassment to my beloved Corps!
I take a lazy-eyed platoon of Marines over a blind one any days. Not to knock down blind people, I just don't think they would be the most valuable sharpshooters. You know, there are some levels that I didn't mention in the original video about Hunt Down the Freeman, because they actually do work as intended, so I would find it a bit petty to complain about it when the rest is actually way more broken. Like this level here, where you have to walk around the mines. If you played the original Half-Life, then you will remember this scene, of which this Hunt on the Freeman level is actually a pretty lazy ripoff. In the original Half-Life, it was somewhat challenging to not trip the mines, but in Hunt Down the Freeman you just follow the cables and it's just, well, follow the line. Very easy task, not a thrill. And I really hope that for the remake they make it more than just a trip to the box factory. Overall, Hunt Down the Freeman is still something that I would not buy. I really can't recommend it outside of the money not going to the actual developers. It is still too broken, whether it be the normal version or the developer beta. But honestly, if these guys keep it up, someday it might be not horrible, and may become something that is interesting for more than just its comedic value. But right now, even the updated version is still very much Hunt Down the Freeman, where the truck you are supposed to protect from ambushes conveniently stops for every ambush to occur before pushing you around, almost knocking you down a bridge, making you wonder, why are you protecting these assholes in the first place? Oh, and by the way, comedic value, I asked them, they are still keeping these celebrity voices, so President Keemstar and Colonel Q are still there and will remain in the game.
Well, look who we got here, boys. A Black Ops and a Marine. Hoorah! Let me introduce myself, son. I'm Colonel Q, but you can call me Sir.
Ah! They should have gotten John Delancey for Q. That would have been cool. So, maybe see you next year. That all depends on whether the hobby developers stick to it or not. It would really be the redemption story of the decade. Forget about No Man's Sky. Because Hunt Down the Freeman, the Remastered Edition, that's something we all deserve. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Hunt Down the Freeman 4 years after the launch. All jokes aside, best of luck to the developers. These guys don't have a budget, and they are working on something that is generally perceived as a really broken product. Absolutely, I wish them all the best. I'm hoping that they can actually succeed in bringing this to a state where Hunt Down the Freeman is more than just a joke. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what I would like you to do. Give the video a like, consider subscribing for future content, and if you absolutely love what we do, why not consider joining us on Patreon, as our supporters there got to see this video well in advance. Our wonderful supporters are Lone Wolf, Zach Gladys, Wrapped in Glass, Cookie, Thito, Harrison Steffens, Plasma, Tome, Rainbow Flash, Grizzlyver, Strange Module, Cop Fighter, Inter, Charles Surratt, Sir K, Ram Gilama, Zane and Scarch Warrior. To them and everyone else, thanks for watching. So, see you guys next time. Until then, have a nice day and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.